Hello everyone, my name is Tommy Oliver, and I'm here to talk about Pyromania. Wait, I'm not here to talk about that? Arson? Okay, I'm not here to talk about arson either, apparently. Apparently, I'm here to talk about myself. Not what I signed up for, but hey, I guess we run with it. My name is Tommy Oliver. I was born in the year 2065. Okay? A week before I was born, my mother died due to a heart attack. Not my biological mother. Technically my biological mother. I was born to a surrogate mother. Okay, because my parents were relatively old when I was born. Okay. 5 years after I was born, my father remarried. And my stepmom was interesting. Is interesting technically because she's still alive. But we don't really talk anymore. Okay. 12 years after that, my father died when I was 17. In the year of 2082, my father wound up dead. It was a heart attack just like my mom. You know, it's expected as you get older. And in his will, he left me a few things, but we're gonna go over one of the more important things first. It was a small letter, and he's told me he was sorry that in his dying day, he had realized that how horribly I had been treated for the past 12 years. Because in those past 12 years, my stepmom had convinced him to shove down this pyromania that I had. You know, I was seen as unnatural, as a being that was evil, you know, not as a human by them for a while. And he apologized for that. And he said that he knows what I'm going to do with what he left me. But he gave me a request. Don't burn it with her in it. He wanted me to not burn the house that I had been given through his will with my stepmother in it. He asked that of me, and I happily obliged because A, I don't want a murder charge, and B, it was my father's last wish for me. And that's something I will honor. Because even though he had neglected me for 12 years, I personally feel like I should honor his dying wish. Now, what else was I left in the will? I got 75% of his money so I can move to a new city after I did end up burning the house down. The house, and an old bookshelf with some books on it, you know? Books like the Odyssey, the Iliad, you know? Some map books, you know? A couple history books here and there. Just books that I could read occasionally. And then also a book on alchemy and runes. Those are the two most important things that we're going to focus on here soon. Now, around like 2 months after my father's death, I would turn 18. I would burn down this house, and I would leave for Philadelphia after I moved everything, the bookshelf really, not everything, because that's all I had, into the flat I had bought in Philadelphia. Now, then I would spend 5 years sitting in that flat, reading and studying alchemy and runes, because, well, I like to learn. Always have, always will. Now, during my study, I learned that through a specific combination of alchemical symbols and runes, I could create magical effects with my hands. Okay? And so, I started working on it, and it worked. And I evolved these abilities further. And then 5 years after I'd moved to Philadelphia, I started arsoning. Okay, I started committing arsons for a major reason. And that major reason is I believe that humanity at this time had gotten too comfortable with just existing. They ignored those close to them in their youth, I thought. And I realized that was horrible. Because if you ignore those in your youth, what does that leave you with in your old age? And so I burned right after everyone left buildings because it was like, if I just worked overtime, if I just stayed at the hotel for a little longer, I'd be dead. And that makes people start to appreciate things more, you know? Now, was I ever caught? No, because I'm smart. But I got the name the Philosopher Flame for a reason. You're gonna see it. Because my arsons, while they leave small traces, there's always something magical around the flames, I guess you could say. Not pure magic, because I don't do pure magic, but sort of this thing. This fire didn't burn things like other fire did. It burned things more quickly. And at the time, before what we about to get into, they thought I had found some new way to create fire. New way to, like, like a new type of fire, I guess I should say. They thought, and they called me the Philosopher of Flames because, well, they had no name for me because they didn't know my name, and because they assumed I'd found some new form of fire, and which I didn't. I just made better fire, I guess. I don't know what they called it. But, and then 10 years after that, I'd meet someone who is currently probably my best friend, because she's my only friend, and her name is Rose Goldwyn. She's the quiet type, you know, standard practice with her, I guess. She moved in with me and we started committing arsons together. It's been 3 years since then. I'm now 35 and I took a job. It was a shady job, you know, not super shady, but it was shady enough to where I should have been suspicious, but I wasn't, you know. So, here's what we're gonna do. Well, we met the Oracle there, I guess. Not what we're gonna do. Here's what we're currently doing. I'm currently on an Oracle vessel because they gave us the two options. Me and my traveling friends here, I guess you could call them now. Go to horrendous stuff on Earth or work for them. We chose to work for them, as you can see. Nice seeing you. Whoever sees this, you didn't see this. I don't exist. Bye.